I have been told you are planning a child sacrifice.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if it's your first time. If it is your first time, then please feel welcome to have a little delve and see what you can find under the crevices at the back of the sofa. See if you can find some juicy morsels. Today, the juicy morsel is me talking about my plans for 2024, a year that I think is going to be a good year. Famous last words, but it should be a good year. I'll let you know in a year's time if this is true. But for now, it's shaping up to be a good year anyway. And I've got so many things planned for this channel next year. It's built up quite a lot. So I don't even know how this is all going to pan out because there's so much stuff here. But I want to go through it and talk about the things that you should expect to see. And hopefully you'll like some of this stuff. Some of it is not that much of a surprise because they're ongoing things. And some of it is a return to some stuff that happened last year. And some of it is brand new. So, just to start off with, I am in the middle of a deep dive into Ray Bradbury, a contender for my all-time favourite author. And I'm trying to do it kind of chronologically. So I'm on my fourth book, which is The Silver Locust / The Martian Chronicles. So there's two alternative titles to the same book, and I'm reading that at the moment. And once I've read that, that'll be my fourth video for the Ray Bradbury deep dive. Ray Bradbury Chronicles, I think I'm calling it. So that's an ongoing thing. That will probably take me through the whole year. But I'm really enjoying that, and I'm loving the love for Ray Bradbury that I'm seeing on a lot of channels, actually. A lot of people have been discovering something wicked this week comes for the first time, and that kind of thing. It's really nice to see. And next year, Fahrenheit 451 will be read for a different reason as well. So there is that. But what I want to do as well is once I've gone through all the Ray Bradbury stuff I want to get through, I want to do the same thing again, but for Richard Matheson, who's another one of the main contenders for my all-time favourite author. So once I've finished with the Ray Bradbury, I will be doing that, but that probably won't be until 2025, I don't think. So Ray Bradbury is definitely something that's going to be a big feature of next year, as it was this year. So my deep dive into fairy tales and folk stories didn't really pan out very well. So that was something I was really excited to do, and I bought tons of books for it. And then I got about 13 or 14 stories into the Brothers Grimm collection I've got, and then just stopped. And I've just let it just drift away into the four winds. So I need to pick that up again, and I am definitely going to pick that up again next year. So I'm hoping to get further into it, and I might do it differently than what I was planning to do. I'm not sure yet, but clearly the way I was doing it in the first place, starting off with a massive 800-page book from Brothers Grimm was probably not a good way to start. So we'll see. But the fairy tales and the folk stories idea I thought was really good because I was going to go around the world and look for different folk stories from around the world. And I thought it was a really nice idea. So that's definitely something on my agenda anyway, to try and see if I can restart it. And then for the first couple of months of the year, it's going to be the tail end of the Winter of Wyndham. So I had this event to just encourage people to read John Wyndham, which lots of people have done, which is great. And I've been reading Chucky this month to start that off. So I'm trying to read books I haven't read by him rather than rereads. So I've got a few that I need to read, but that's going to be happening as well. Winter of Wyndham. So those three are events that I started myself, that are just my own personal challenges. There's a few things I'll be co-hosting next year. So the Historathon's starting again. So you might have seen me put up the video about that. And that's very exciting because it's been really cool this year doing the Historathon and reading lots of history books again. And I'll be doing that again next year. And if you watch the video, the year is broken up into quarters. And we take the challenge of reading lots of history books through the centuries. And I want to do some themed videos as well. It should be really cool. So that's the Storathon 2024. That's definitely happening. I'm definitely co-hosting that, which is great. I have been asked to co-host Horror Mayhem, so that's back because Scott and Becky are back. So they're starting the Horror Mayhem. So in May, we'll be reading horror books. I'm not sure what the prompts are yet because obviously that's months away. But I'm looking forward to co-hosting that as well because that was brilliant previous times. So Horror Mayhem. And similarly, Scott and Becky are also bringing back New Worlds November. So that's very exciting. So that's a science fiction book event. So I'll be co-hosting that as well. And as science fiction is my first love, that's very exciting and awesome. And also, Occult Detective October's back as well. So that was decided today. And that's very cool. So MJ will probably do an announcement about that because it's MJ's idea. So that's really cool. But that clearly won't be announced for a long time unless MJ does a plans for 2024 video. She might do that. But that's really awesome. And I think, yeah, the rest of these events are things that I'm not co-hosting, but I'm definitely going to get involved in. So I'm definitely going to get involved in Garb August again in August. That's Ollie from Criminoli's big event where we read trash fiction. June on the Range, Michael Cavorn's Western celebration. I've got books for that already, so I'll definitely be reading that. MJ did start the Summer of Steinbeck this year, which I was going to get involved in, and I didn't end up doing it. And I've got loads of Steinbeck. I've read loads of Steinbeck. Well, I've got a few books I haven't read yet, which I want to do. And I want to do some videos on John Steinbeck as well, because I think he's awesome. So that's a thing. There's the All About Holly event. So we're taking Stephen King's Holly character that he recently wrote a book about, but she's featured in about 6 books of his. So we're reading all of those books. And the first one is Mr. Mercedes, which is over there somewhere. Mr. Mercedes, and we'll be doing these occasional live streams about the books as well. So All About Holly's an event that I'm really pleased to be involved in as well. I don't know if it's going to be back, but if Book Trek comes back, then I'll get involved in that as well. There is something that started this year, which is like called the End of the World Book Club. So it's like a Voxer group where we read stuff, and it started off with us like group reading 1984, and then we read We, and soon we're supposed to be reading Children of Men, which is really awesome, and then we'll be reading Brave New World, that kind of thing. So that's an ongoing thing, so I'm looking forward to more of that. There's so much here that it's all a bit messily written. And yeah, I think those are all the events that I know about that I thought of anyway. Oh no, also another big one, which will be running through the whole year, which is the 24 for 24 event, which is banned books. And I did a video about this and talked about the books I was going to read and why it's so important after MJ's really brilliant video about it. So I'll be reading 24 books that are banned through the year as well. So and they're banned in different places, banned some were banned and aren't banned anymore, that kind of thing. So just books that have had that treatment. So that'll be really interesting and very important, I think. So also I want to keep reading time travel books, and I want that to be a feature because I want to do a special video about a really good book I've got called The Time Travel Almanac. I want to do that. But also, I want to read more time travel books so that eventually I can feel like I can do my top 20 time travel books or stories. And similarly, I've already said in a video that I posted a couple of months ago that there's a few science fiction classics that I want to read so that I feel like I've got the right kind of authority, or at least that I feel like I am satisfied enough with my reading to do my own top 30, top 50 or something science fiction books, because I don't feel like I don't want to do that yet. One, because I want to reread Dune, so I haven't read that for years, so I want to know where we're going to put it. And also there's a few others I haven't read at all that I want to read before I do that video. So I'd love to do that video in the summer, but we'll see how we get on. So that's another thing I want to do. I want to talk about the crime books that I've been reading, because I've been reading more crime lately as well. So that'd be fun. And some of that might bounce off the hard case crime collections I've been buying, but it will also be some of the other things I've been reading that are crime based. So that'd be fun. And there's some authors that I want to do some more reading of. I do want to do a video on H.G. Wells. So that's something in my plans. I want to read more James Baldwin. I want to read more J.G. Ballard. I want to read more Adrian Tchaikovsky. And I was supposed to be buddy reading Cage of Souls with Dave and Olive, and I didn't get there. And like Dave on a live stream was like going, "Come on, I'm ready. Where are you?" You know. So we need to read Cage of Souls. I've really enjoyed rereading or starting to reread the Sword series from Fritz Lieber. So I'm going to be carrying on with that. So that'll be really fun. So that's definitely going to be a feature of next year. I want to read some more Brandon Sanderson, because I read one book and I loved it, and then for some reason I haven't read the rest, and I've got the 2 others in that series, so I need to read those. I've got a few books by Ursula K. Le Guin that I haven't read yet, and she's one of my favourite authors, so I want to read those that I haven't read as well. I'm going to do some videos on more videos on the Twilight Zone. I've already done a few videos about the Twilight Zone, but I want to do more. And actually, on that note, there are some videos I've already filmed that are the continuation of my library tour. So there are some themed videos that are based around my books. So you'll see like my Richard Matheson collection, my Stephen King collection, those kind of things coming up next year as well. So I don't see them as plans because I've already done them, but they are future videos. So that will carry on as well. But the Twilight Zone is something that I'm very passionate about, and want to keep doing videos about the Twilight Zone. And I know there is something, I'm pretty sure I'm getting a CD player for Christmas, and I've got a collection of CDs that are radio dramas of the Twilight Zone, and I do want to talk about that on the channel as well, so that'd be cool. And 3 different things as well I want to do for my channel. So one of them, me and Michael K. Vaughan have talked about doing some videos about reviewing all of the Planet of the Apes films. So we're both big fans of Planet of the Apes. We haven't talked about it for a while, but we've only said, yes, we're into it. There's been no sort of sense of doubt about it. So we are going to do it, and that'll be really cool. We don't know how we're going to do it yet. We've talked about just doing separate videos, and we talked about doing a joint video and those kind of things. Not sure how we'll do it yet, but we are going to look at each of the Planet of the Apes films. So that'll be fun. So that will include the new ones as well as the original 5, and it will include the controversial Tim Burton one as well. And I am definitely going to start a thing that I've talked about on the channel a few times, which is like doing live stream interviews with people about their favourite films. So I can't wait to do that, because it'll be a lot of fun. And I think I can probably be quite creative about who comes on, because I think it's the fun of the conversation. So I will definitely be putting up booktubers that you know, but sometimes it will be people that you might not know that I think will be entertaining. So that'll be a thing as well, I think, for the favourite films thing. And then the other thing that I want to mention, the last thing I'll mention, which is quite exciting, and I know it would definitely be a feature because it's literally going to be every other week, and that is that there's going to be a regular feature, a regular live stream done by me and Dave and Olive together on the channel. So that will be a lot of fun, and it'll just be a catch-up chat kind of thing, and we'll probably do it with guests, but me and Dave and Olive will be the permanent fixtures of it. We think we come up with a name for it, but it's going to be a good laugh, and it's definitely going to happen every other week. So look out for that as well. So there we are. That's a lot of... Oh, sorry, no, I've left one thing out. See, there's so much here. The other thing that you'll see on the channel very soon is I'm going to start doing videos about classic Doctor Who as well. So the 60th anniversary specials inspired me to start watching the original classic series again. and I've been watching William Hartnell and John Pertwee and all the old Doctors Who's, and I've done some videos on them, and I want to carry on doing that. So if you're into Doctor Who, or if you're mildly curious, you might like that. So that's another thing I'll be doing on the channel as well. So there's quite a lot there. Let me know which bits you're most interested in. Hopefully I'll fit all of that in. Should be an interesting year. And thank you so much for watching, and for subscribing, and for liking the videos, and for commenting on the videos. It makes a big difference when you comment, because we can have a conversation. And yeah, I love doing this, and it's a lot of fun, and it's nice to meet you guys. So thanks for watching. Bye.
Paint me a picture